Hi kids, how are you? So we are talking about explorers and I want you to open your books in the page 71 for us to complete a text. We are talking about explorers and we are studying the verbs in the past. So this text we are going to complete with verbs in the past, okay? So, in the box, we have the verbs in the present. Look there in your book. We have arrive, be, decide, find, leave, and return. And we have to complete with the past. So let's first remember the past of the verbs. What's the past of arrive? Arrived. What's the past of be? Was or were. What's the past of decide? Decided. What's the past of find? Found. What's the past of live? Lived. And return? Returned. Very good. So, we are going to read the text and complete with the verbs, okay? Let's go. The first European to set foot, so to arrive, in North America centuries before Christopher Columbus was probably Leif Erikson. Leif was one of Eric the Red's children and lived with his father in Greenland until 1000. So that's the year. When he decided to go to Norway. When Leif was returning, look, we have a when, yes? So when Leif was returning to Greenland, a few years later, his ship was blown off course, and instead he arrived in a place he called Vinland. This was probably Newfoundland in Canada because archaeologists found Viking remains there in 1963. So let's talk about the story, yeah? So we have the story that Christopher Columbus arrived in America in 1498. Yes, 98, 94, 98. But he wasn't the first European, the first person to arrive there. Years before, so this happened in 1498, Christopher Columbus, but in 1000, yes, we had one of the sons of Eric the Red, that is Leif, and he arrived there, but he wanted to arrive there. No, he didn't know that this place existed. He wanted to go to Norway. Yes, but when he was returning, okay, he wanted to go to Norway, and then he got to Norway. But when he was returning, when he was going back to Greenland, he was in a ship and he was traveling in a sail ship. Yeah, so depended on the wind, but the wind was the ship was blown off course. So instead of going to one place to Greenland, the sail was the ship was blown to another place, and he called that place Vinland. And of course, if he was there, he was there. He lived there with his things, with his Viking things. Yes, in that place where now we have Newfoundland in Canada. The archaeologists found in 1963 some Viking stuff. So they believe that this place where Leif arrived and called Vinland is Newfoundland in Canada. Okay? So let's just remember the text here. I will show you. So, the first European to set foot in North America, centuries before Christopher Columbus, was probably Leif Erikson. Leif was one of Eric the Red's children and lived with his father in Greenland. Let me see if I can do it better. Okay. When he decided to go to Norway, okay. When Leif was returning to Greenland a few years later, his ship was blown off course, and instead he arrived in a place he called Vinland. This was probably Newfoundland in Canada because archaeologists found Viking remains there in 1963. Okay. Could you take the verbs here? I hope so. Okay. And then in number 2, the activity we have is some questions about the text. So, who was Leif Erikson? He was one of Eric the Red's children. That's it. What did Leif probably do? He was probably one of the first Europeans to arrive in North America. Where did Leif live with his father? He lived in Greenland with his father. How did Leif arrive in Vinland? He was returning from Norway to Greenland when his ship was blown off course. And what did the archaeologists find in Newfoundland in Canada? They found Viking remains. Okay, good. And then to finish this exploration stuff, we'll have an exercise of a timeline. So we have in page 72, 72, some pictures of girls and they are doing some activities. And we have first to circle the mistakes of the sentences because the sentences are incorrect. And then we have to correct these mistakes. Okay? So let's do this first and then we continue. So, which year are we now? 2020. Okay. And then see, we have two girls here and they are talking about 2010. So this is past. Yeah, so the verbs need to be in the past. In 2010, I start kindergarten. So we start is circled, so it's wrong. We need to correct it. We need to put in the past. Think, how is the past of start? There, I met my best friend. In 2012, I went to the beach for the first time. I collecting lots of shells there. I collecting. I think this is wrong yet because it's circle. So we need to put the past of collect. And the past of collect is not collecting. Next. When I was camped in 2014, I saw a rattlesnake. It was scary. So when I was camped, no. When we use was in another verb, we don't use the verb in the past. So we need to correct it. In 2015, when I was sailed, it's the same problem. Yeah, we have was and then we have a verb in the past. This is wrong. When I was sailed with my family, I saw lots of the dolphins. And last summer, I traveling abroad for the first time. I was so happy. Last summer, I traveling. No, traveling is not the past of travel, yeah? So let's correct. First, in 2010, I start. What's the past of start? Started. Okay. And I collecting. What's the past of collect? Collected. Very good. When I was camped. No, it's wrong. What's the correct form? When I was camping. Okay. In 2015, when I was sailing. Okay, so camping and sailing. When I was camping, when I was sailing. And last summer, I traveled. So, 1, started. 2, collected. 3, camping. 4, sailing. 5, traveled. Let me maximize here for you to try to say it. Let's see if you can see it. Okay. Good. So, the next exercise, you need to do a timeline. So, what's a timeline? You make a line, and then you put the year, and you have to put the situations, yes? So, we have the first exercise is a scrapbook. So, we have the picture, and we have the text, what's happening, what happened in that situation and the year. And now in the exercise number 2, you're going to transform that scrapbook into a timeline. So we have the example. We have the line, we have the places to put the year, and we have the places, the boxes to put the information. And the first one is done for you. So 2011, started kindergarten, met best friend. It's not 2011, it's 2010. It's wrong here, but okay. And then you have to continue. I will give you some time to continue, so pause the video and then we correct. Pause. Okay, let's go back. So, 2010 or 2011, started kindergarten and met my best friend. And then, what's the next year? 2012. And what happened in 2012? Went to the beach and went to the beach / collected shells. So 2 things. What's the next event? 2014, went camping. And what happened in the camping? Saw a rattlesnake. So went camping / saw a rattlesnake. 2015, went sailing and / saw dolphins. And then you can continue, yeah, 20, because it's / summer, so we can put 2019, yes, or 2020 because we just finished summer. And I traveled abroad. That's it. Okay, so that's it for today. And if you have any questions, send in the platform, send an email or WhatsApp to school, and then I can help you. Okay, bye bye, take care, wash your hands.